Going to be palpating gluteus maximus. So we're going to start at the iliac crest, so about right here on this portion here. Then we're going to come down. We're going to come inferiorly. We're going to find that superior portion of gluteus maximus around this area right here. Come down a little more inferiorly and a little more medially. We're going to find the medial portion of glute max, also known as the muscle belly of glute max. And then we're going to come down just a little more laterally and find that gluteal tuberosity, and this whole portion down here is going to be the inferior portion of glute max. So again, just to recap, start at iliac crest, over here, come down, find that superior portion of glute max, come down a little more, find that a little more and more medially, find that intermediate or middle portion of glute max, also known as the muscle belly of glute max. We're going to come down a little more laterally, find that gluteal tuberosity, and this whole area right below that medial portion of glute max would be inferior glute max. And again, right here is that gluteal tuberosity. A good way to look at the gluteus maximus is by having our patient contract gluteus maximus, and we can have that happen by lifting up the entire leg. So I'm going to have you lift this right leg for me. Okay, so as we can see, we have that superior portion of glute max right here. Come down a little bit, that's the intermediate portion. And if we come down a little lateral, we find that gluteal tuberosity in about this area, and this whole portion right here will be our inferior portion of gluteus maximus. Today we're going to be palpating the piriformis. So the best way to do this is we find the PSIS. I'm going to just take this down just a little bit, if that's okay with you. Right here. Should be like a nice hard bony prominence. There you go. So about right here in this area. You can really feel it with your thumb. We're going to draw an imaginary line. We find another somewhat bony prominence right here, which would be the greater trochanter of the hip. Okay, draw a nice line between them. Then come a little off the PSIS line. So again, a little bit off of it, and right to the middle. And this right here should be our piriformis. The way to find piriformis is, again, we're going to start the PSIS, like that line right to the greater trochanter, down a little bit, medially, and right in the middle of that line, we'll find the piriformis. A good way to actually find this is we're going to use our elbow, okay, right in that spot, and we're going to have the patient, you mind lifting your leg for me? Okay, I'm going to have you bring your leg that way as well, okay? And we're going to try and, inferior and superior, and we should feel a lateral to medial muscle belly, which we can clearly feel with the elbow, just due to the fact we're going to use the elbow just because the fingers by themselves don't do it enough justice for the piriformis muscle. Okay, we're going to palpate gluteus medius. So we're going to start. Do you mind if I lift this up a little bit? Okay. Start iliac crest, about this area right here. Okay, we're going to come back a little bit until we get that PSIS. Okay, we're going to come a little anterior and inferior so we get about right here. And this should be where our gluteus medius is. And a good way to check that is I'm going to have you lift this leg and keep it up in the air for me. Yeah, you feel a nice contraction right in this area right here. So again, we're going to come iliac crest, come back till we get to the PSIS. Right about here, little anterior, little inferior, and right about this region. You could definitely feel it pushing into you if you really give it a good push while the patient has their leg abducted in the air, one side lying position.